Okay.
Let's bring in Art Laffer. Great to see you, Art, from the great city of Nashville.
Good to see you, Ashley.
Look, the stimulus deal, Art, could provide some relief for now, but how long do you think it will last?
Well, I don't think it will last, and I don't think it will provide much relief. I mean, what you've got to look at in this bill is it's a cacophony of all sorts of special interests in the bill that's there. And do remember that when you do this, are you going to do it for this month and then next month? When do you stop? I mean, what you've got to remember, Ashley, in all of this is government spending is taxation. And you've got to remember, government doesn't create resources, it redistributes. And every dollar you put into this, quote, stimulus bill, you're taking from future economic growth, and you're going to cause the economy to be a lot worse in the future. And we've done way too much of this already. And I would personally recommend to the president, I'd support him 100% if he vetoed this bill.
But would you not agree, Art, that there are businesses and, many sectors of our economy that are in desperate need of some help? I mean, if they go out of business, they're not going to contribute anything.
Well, there are a lot of people. The pandemic caused enormous damage to the overall U.S. economy, but there are lots of taxpayers and future people also who have no blame whatsoever in this situation. And, they're going to suffer by bailing out the others. Whenever you redistribute income, Ashley, you reduce total income. Now, there's a level at which you do this. But, we had a huge CARES Act bill, which obviously they don't think is enough. You're going to get another huge bill coming out with Joe Biden. And this is just the one interim. What I would suggest to the president here is that he vetoes this bill and lets Biden have his own bill when he takes office. That's when it should be done, and let the Democrats and president and the administration, the future one, have all the responsibility and all the authority that goes with that responsibility to provide what they think is best for America. That I would support 100%. But I don't think the president in the last few days should sign this, what I think is a horrible bill with all sorts of, corruptions and payoffs and stuff in it. I don't think the president should do that. Let Joe Biden do that. Let them bear the consequences of their own actions going forward.
And going forward, let me look towards the future, Art. What do you think is really at stake in the Georgia elections, and how could the outcome shape the economy?
Well, let me just say that I have, over my lifetime, worked as closely with Democrats as I have with Republicans, whether it be Jerry Brown, John F. Kennedy, Gary Hart, whoever it is. I've worked with Democrats and Republicans, and let me just say that Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue are the two best senators, in my opinion, in the U.S. Senate. They are really extremely good. If they were Democrats, I would go out and campaign for them right now. I think what's not important, at least what's not as important, is the Republican-Democrat balance as it is to have these two just wonderful senators put back in office and make sure they stay there for all Americans, not just Republicans, not just Democrats, but for everyone. They're the two best senators around.
But very quickly, Art, if Democrats pick up those seats, how does that change the equation?
Well, it does change the equation. It tilts it a little bit more towards the Democrats. But, a 50-50 Senate is not a runaway lead by the Democrats. And I think a 50-50 Senate is sufficient to put guidelines on the Democrats. But obviously, I prefer it 52-48 Republican. But I would take 50-50. But I really want these two senators in there.
Very quickly, Art, I'm just wanting to know, how is Nashville doing these days? Tourism down on Broadway, the honky-tonks, how are those establishments surviving?
They are not surviving very well, especially when you give it that Cooper has put in a huge property tax increase on Davidson County, which is, Nashville. We have county government, and has done that, which is just the wrong time to put on increased taxes on this. And, we have a huge surge in COVID cases here. I think we're the hottest spot in the nation on COVID cases increases. And, I think the governor's doing a great job in the state here. And it's just a very difficult time, Ashley. And, we miss you terribly here in Nashville, but it's a difficult time. But we'll make it through, and we'll do really well.
I'm sure that's absolutely what's going to be the outcome. We'll get there eventually, Art. Thank you so much for joining us today, and Merry Christmas, and
Merry
Happy
Christmas,
New Year
Ashley,
to you and your family.
Have a great year. Thank you.